Record. Here we go! Welcome to another episode of Discombobulated. I'm your host, Bobby J. Cox. How are you doing with life? How are you doing? Don't grab that knife. How are you doing? Don't cut that cake. How are you doing? You don't even know how to bake. You fucking suck at things you try to do, like making cakes and fucking up in school. Okay, this is obviously planned and rehearsed every episode. This is what I wrote for the beginning. Just kidding, or JK if we're in too much of a hurry to say just kidding. I'm so glad you're here. Let's, dude, I got some right here. I fucking got some freaking Palo Santo. I figured let's clear the air. Bobby, Palo Santo's bad. Do you know that? Yeah, but I have it already. You ever buy something and then find out it's bad? Did you, when you had your iPhone? Did you know? Can you smell that? Is that coming through? Does the smell come through my microphone? Like, imagine if I didn't know how smell. Okay. Yeah, I know that getting Palo Santo is probably not the best thing. I don't think it's good. I think by me getting it, it's bad. But when you got your iPhone, did you know that slave labor went into that? Did you know that? I didn't. It's a good thing we got this Palo Santo going to really calm me down. I found out about Palo Santo because I was dating a witch. And you know what? The cool thing about witches, and I will say this about you, witches, warlocks, it's not gender specific when it comes to this. A lot of people who are witches are also manifesting things. They bring things into fruition. But one thing that my ex would do, we would be together. Bobby, you probably did bad things. Sure, I did. If they want to talk about it, they could start a podcast. Oh, man. But the thing about manifesting, if you're a person who's like, I manifest things, do you ever manifest arguments you get in? Because I was like, I guess you can't manifest everything. You can't manifest like, let's not argue about something so trivial once again. Could we maybe live this life that everyone forgets is so fleeting and beautiful and magical? Should we live it nervous as shit? Or should we have fun? Probably that one. And then you try to have fun and people are like, I gotta work in the morning. And you're like, you guys ever do that? I haven't gone to one recently, thank the fucking God. But You go to a funeral, everyone's like, it's so sad. We should all get together more. We should talk more. And then it's like, after a week, it's like, someone better die again because I'm busy once more. Let's light some more Palo Santo till we feel better. Honestly, that last batch, I kind of let it get a little too hot. And so now it's really Palo Santy in here. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with Bobby. Anyone else not know the lyrics to any song they like? I sing every song I know incorrectly, in case you were wondering. Even some of my favorite songs. Bobby, do an example. Nope, because I don't want you to ruin my favorite songs and the way that I like them. I will say this. When I was in, I guess like 6th grade, I was dating this girl, which meant we had class together. And my mom took us to go get like ice cream, which I do remember this one. I remember we went to go get ice cream and we went to the mall and I ate it all because I'm a little fat boy who loves to eat all of his ice cream. And I remember the girl that I was on a date with, she took like 2 bites and threw it in the trash. And my mom will still bring that up to this day. do you remember that time that girl took 2 bites of that ice cream cone from the mall and threw it away? I was about to drop kick that lady down the escalators. This is my mom's words, not mine. I was about to drop kick that lady down in that flight. Mom, we're in 6th grade. And that 6th grader pissed me off. This is the life we lead. But there's a lot to be grateful for. It's not scorching hot when I go outside. I got to put on a hoodie the other day. Oh, and not when you pretend put on a hoodie, when you like look at the weather and you see that it says like 73, and for some reason you're like, well, when I sleep, sometimes I want to put on a sweater when it's 73. Yeah, it's a different 73 outside when the sun's out. And you'll put on a hoodie and you think it's cool, and then you're like, I can't breathe. But not now. Not now. Not again, summer. Bye. Here's what we're doing, though. We are breaking up with summer. We're like losing their number. And then, we're going to start dating fall, and, fall will be here for a second. And then, she's got to go back to finish her master's program. So she can't stick around for too long. So then, who are we dating again? Oh my God, Bobby, tell me you're not. I am. I'm dating Winter again. Bob, every time you hate her. You guys get together and all you do is complain. You complain that you can't, they're making you call off work. Oh, Bobby, when you're dating Winter, dude, everything about you sucks, man. It takes you longer to get places. So much extra baggage comes with Winter, literally. The coat you gotta carry everywhere. Checking the weather. Is it freezing or like sincerely freezing to where like I have to bring extra things? You're like getting ready the night before, like you're gonna go like hunting. Right? Isn't that right? Is that not right? Is it not? Is it right? Is it wrong to say I'm sorry? So many things I want to get into. Let's light a little bit more Palo Santo. Hey, let's check this out. Okay, Google, is Palo Santo bad?
On the website Quora.com, they say, smoke from the burning of Palo Santo wood may have negative impacts on one's physical and emotional well-being. Any kind of smoke inhalation may irritate the respiratory system and result in coughing, wheezing, and shortness of breath.
I don't know if you heard any of that, but she just said respiratory. I can't even missay it like she said it. Respiratory. So basically, I asked if Palo Santo is good or bad, but basically they're like, any kind of smoke is not good to breathe in. Oh, give it to me. Give me the Palo. Give me the Pollies. Yeah, I'm Polly. Santo. I don't need that lighter. I might if I light some more Palo Santo. But yeah, it's fall. It's feeling good. I am very excited to announce coming soon is another thing I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's going to go, I think I'm going to make a channel with Discombobulated, and if I don't, then this is a lie. But I want to do more episodes of Discombobulated on the street. I did a Man on the Street episode. I had an idea. Census Fail was going to play in Chicago, and I wanted to see them, and I was like, what if I could almost like add, do some comedy while I was there, do a show, and then I was like, I could also do like this Man on the Street to everybody outside before. And then I got really excited. I was like, I want to do a Man on the Street sooner. So I looked it up, and I saw that Guns N' Roses was coming to town, and I wrote out this idea. I had all these like questions and stuff I was going to ask all these fans while they waited in line for Guns N' Roses to play at Busch Stadium. Busch Stadium is where the Cardinals play. Guns N' Roses is a rock and roll band from the early 90s. And in 1991, they caused a riot here And I know nothing about it, but I said it as if I know any facts. I don't know what happened. I think there was probably, if they're called Guns N' Roses, there was probably a little bit more. I'm guessing there wasn't more roses that day. Ouch. So I did a Man on the Street. I was going to do one for Guns and the Roses, but guess what? Guns N' Roses canceled because of an illness. Do I know what the illness was? I sure don't. They didn't. It's just an illness. They said I can't come for an. It sounds like it's like Axl Rose was like whoever had the illness. I think it was Axl Rose. They had the illness like you do whenever you're not even given a fucking shit how you call in sick to work. Hi, I can't come in. Oh, again? Oh, okay. What is it this time? Someone, are you at the hospital? No, I have an illness. What kind of illness? You're not allowed to ask me those things like that. But if we're being honest, it's the shits. I'm guessing maybe someone had the shits and had to cancel their arena tour. They're shitting down there. Knees. Oh, I got the shits and I can't play. Welcome to the jungle. I shit on my pants every time. I don't know how to whistle that part. Wait, what are the lyrics to that song? I can't parody it if I don't know it. Who cares? But so anyways, so I went down and I did a Discombobulated on the street, and I was just asking people. I was like, aren't you so mad that they canceled Guns N' Roses? And there were so many people just fake. Oh yeah, I'm pissed. And I was like, what was your favorite song you were gonna hear? And people were like, the one about the roses. No one knew, and so it was cool to get some good interviews with that. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out soon. I just have to edit it, and it will be out. I did have trouble uploading stuff from my camera to my laptop. And the really cool thing is that people are like, with the internet, you can just ask it anything and it'll give you an answer. It will. But when you try everything that the internet says and nothing happens, what feeling do you have? Because I always have this like unsettling feeling where I'm like, am I somehow ahead of time? How am I the only person with this question right now? Like, you have to ask something and then you don't know how to ask it right, and the internet's so big that it's like something doesn't come up. But last night I sang lyrics to a song. What's that song? Oh, boom shaka dee, da boom shaka do, a boom shaka dee, da boom. That like that song, you ever heard that song? I said that into my phone and it pulled it up. I was like, huh? We asked the guy down because he played it at the bar we were at. I went and said, hey, my buddy Paul, he was in town, so I said hi. While they all drank and I drank none. Bobby, is something wrong? No. I just think I'm at the point where I'm going to really save the days that I drink. It doesn't seem like it needs to be every day. It seems stupid. There'll be a point where I don't know. I feel like because it's not like I did anything that was like, like a come to God moment of like, I gotta stop drinking. I was like making pasta one night when I got home and I was just drunk, and I was like that, like drunk enough where you're like, okay, I could probably make a fire right now. And then I'm stirring pasta and I just was standing there being drunk, and I could just felt like I was like underwater, if that makes any sense. And I was just like, I'm drunk. I don't like how this feels. So I gave it up for Lent. No, I think I'm just over it, but I still like hanging out. So they invited me out to the bar. So an Uber, and I did buy cigs at the bar, and then an Uber back. I was like almost, I was damn near close to spending $40, and it was in my city. It's like, dude, you just spend so much money. Like, why add alcohol to that? People are like, well, because I have the money to spend. Well, I don't. So, yeah, so check out the Discombobulated channel. Oh, and there was also a dog event. So I went to the dog event, and I don't want to give too much away, but I'm very excited about that. So Discombobulated has a lot more stuff coming your way. You're so welcome. Bobby, you do too much. I sure do. I was handling asbestos the other day. I like knocked into a wall. I was like, what is this? And I was like, they're like, the person I was working with was like, it's nothing bad. And I was like, what? This doesn't look like asbestos? And they're like, yeah, it might be asbestos. So we halted action. What the fuck is asbestos? I like looked it up, and it's like a natural occurring thing that kills people. You're telling me. Oh man, I'm gonna have a great night tonight. We're going out. I'm going out with my boy Briggs. We're going out. I'm going to go see my buddy Lemaire is in town. He is headlining at Helium. He's headlining at Helium St. Louis. He's there tonight. Mark Maron's there tonight too. They're both headlining in different rooms. So I'm going to go see Lemaire Lee, my buddy who I met in Philly. He's an amazing comic. You should absolutely check him out and somehow hear this and then go back in time to go see Lemaire. I'm sure the show's going to be great. Can't wait to go hang out with him and then come home and get some shut-eye because I've been getting so much done. I think I'm going to have a garage sale soon. I've been getting through some shit, just looking at stuff, being like, don't need that. Don't need that. Well, this is my backup toaster in case one day my toaster breaks, and if I don't make toast, they'll kill me. Like, I have so many things that I've moved from apartment to apartment to apartment that I've never fucking used. Can I please burden this to someone else? Like, basically, what you're going to do at a garage sale is you're just like, it's like the VHS of The Ring, which you can also sell at a garage sale. You take all your shit and you make it someone else's problem. They're like, ooh, maybe I need forks with wizards on them. And then you buy it and you get home and your husband's like, what is that? It's a wizard spoon. And he's like, oh, okay. I guess this is ours now. So I can't wait to have one of those. How much for the shoes? They're on my feet. I'm not selling those. Oh, okay. Hey, buddy. How much for this? That's actually the garage we're standing in. This is not for sale. He's like shaking it with his hand. I'll give you $250 for it. Okay. It's yours. My roommate's pissed. Bobby, that's not your garage to give away. It sure isn't. It sure is not. Not trying to brag, but I did a hand modeling commercial lately. Oh, what? Oh, these hands. Oh, wow, dude. I had to get a manicure. Didn't love that. And then I was on set and they kept saying smile with your hands, which is impossible to do without smiling also with your face. And then the director was very cool. He was like, all right, go ahead and just like act. And because we were doing so much of it, I was like trying to make some people on set laugh, which I like to do. It's like, we're just like, you can't even see our face. So then I was like, oh, so good to see you. And he's like, a little less fake. And I go, oh, okay. He's like, less than that. And like, so I overhand acted. My nails look directly at the camera. But it is, when I'm recording this right now, it is September 16th. It will be coming out on Monday, but this is September 16th right now, which means that 20 years ago today, as years go by, that is the anthem of my life. Story of the year. 20 years ago today. Unless you're listening to this at a different day when I've released it. But if you're listening to this somehow right now and you are in my room and I don't know about it. Oh, 20 years ago. 20 ago today. 20 years ago today. My favorite band, Story of the Year, released their fucking debut album. Bobby, are you ever going to stop talking about this band? No! And I'm wearing their t-shirt right now. It's my favorite t-shirt. I wear it so much it's starting to get small, or I'm gaining weight, and it feels like that. Bum, ba-da-da, bum, bum. Ugh. Page Avenue. 20 years old. They had their 20-year reunion show, and I went to that. I was on the big screen. If you'd have fucking told me the first time I was listening to this fucking band, they're like, you're going to be at their show, and they're going to have your face on the fucking 3 big jumbotrons. Fucking everyone's like, that guy's not good at acting. No, I'm so good at acting. I'm really good. Hire me. Once the strike's over, and commercials don't count, if you're wondering, I am not a scab, and I had no scabs on my hands. That's why they picked me. Ugh. But yeah, story of the year, fucking, this album. Until the day I die. That was a perfect rendition. That is the song. That is whenever I'm talking to people, I'll be like, story of the year. Until, and I sing it. And they're like, well, you didn't hit any notes, but we do love that. Some of my favorites from that record. I love me some Razorblades. Originally, it was called Razorblades and Cupcakes, and it was actually on this album called... I don't know what the album was called, but the band was called Big Blue Monkey. And the song sounded a little different. And, oh, man. Every once in a while I'll put it on because it's on YouTube. I'll put on Razorblades and Cupcakes. No stop signs hold me back. I would kill to be able to sing a little bit. And find out what this is worth to you. Holding on forever. No! Oh, man, there are so many songs I want to sing, but I'd prefer if you guys listened. So if I sang, you would not want to listen anymore. I could play guitar, though. I do know how to play that song on guitar, Razorblades, which it's now called. And it's on their debut album, which you got to go check out. I would recommend going on YouTube because someone finally put it on there. I think it's illegally, but I also don't know if Story of the Year minds. I wish I could find my live. I call it the Live at the Assassins, but it's actually called Live in the Lou. The Assassins. And you should watch that because they play all the songs from that album. And they go a little hard. And they actually play a song that they did not release called The Heart of Polka is Still Beating. And goddamn if they're not referencing John Candy and ripping that song to pieces. But you got to watch the live one because Adam Russell, their bass player, jumps from the second story and crowd surfs. Killed 19 people. But he did jump, and whenever they have to like cut it, which is weird. They had to like, I've asked him about this, but they basically like Adam's up there, and then they're like, from this house of our friendship, cut the joint like a match, so behind you, da 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 da, and then Adam jumps, and they have to cut, and they're like, it's like the eagle has landed, so the falcon has landed, but so basically he jumps and lands, but they had to cut between that. They couldn't show that. Which means that someone who makes rules I can't wrap my head around this. Someone who makes rules was like, no, you can't put that in the DVD. Okay, so what do we do? Do we scrap the DVD? What do we do? Do we cut out that whole like what do we do? And they're like, if you guys just cut out all I need you to do, if you just cut out from when he lets go to him landing, I think we should be square. What does that accomplish? Well, you're not going to see him jumping. Oh, okay. And you think that people are such idiots that they're going to be watching and be like, how the fuck did he get down there so fast? The song didn't stop. Is Adam Russell the fattest? Is Adam Russell the fattest motherfucker I've ever seen? Which is so funny because he's never been fat that I've seen. Been watching this guy for years on internets. They describe him as best stick with arms. But is he the fastest man ever? Did he run downstairs from the pageant? And I don't know who made the rules or whatever, but you should watch that. Some of my other favorite songs, obviously, Until the Day I Die. Obviously, it's the banger. And the love I have for that song when I learned how to play it. I started playing it on guitar. It's just like it's like rediscovering the song. And so it's like that song fucking rules. And then one song that like when I would listen to their albums when I was growing up, the first song is What If I Literally Couldn't Think? And you're like, do you even like this fucking band? But I almost said I was like, you ever like I'll give myself pressure that doesn't need to be there, then I'm like, ugh. But no, the song is called And the Hero Will Drown. And I would listen to that song sometimes, but like there's certain songs that hit harder like just later. And that song I got into more, and I learned how to play on guitar, and then I also found this like a deep love for it because of how many times it gets real fucking thick. Ugh. And the beginning is so sick when you watch Live in the Lou, just because like you can hear just like I love that like squeal of guitars at the beginning when it's just like feedback, wow, 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 and everyone's getting ready to go. And it's like that anticipation's building. The night will go. Bobby, you were out of time on most of those songs. Yeah, give me a break. I'm also doing a fucking podcast. Ugh. Yeah, not a big deal. I'll play it for you guys right now. And like, I am recording video, so if you're watching this on video, the song, it's like the beginning goes. You gotta slide over. You gotta switch your fingers. You gotta put one finger. And then you take a break, and you're like, "Wow, I can't believe I played that." And then you go. Open, close. 2, 3, open, close, 2. 2 hammer, 3 hammer, da, diddle da 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 da, open, diddle da, 3, 5, 5, diddle da, 3, 5, 5, diddle da, down 3, 5, diddle da 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 da. And then there's other parts of the song. You got to play like a power chord, but you skip one, kind of mute it. And then the really cool part is whenever you get to, you got to hit the, with your foot, you got to hit a pedal. I don't know how to fuck to do that. I can't use my feet and my hands at the same time. I can't play the drums like that. But then the cool part is you get to be like, Fast Food Fireworks doesn't get to have a 20-year reunion. You know the word, sing it. Your punchline? You know the word, sing it. Come on, St. Louis. You know the setup to this next one. I wrote this next joke. When I had a really rough time in my life. And this one's all for all of you. So I was dating a witch. Hey, make a fucking circle pit for this tag. That would be so cool if I got to do that. He called me and I put the microphone in their face, and they're like, "Lady firefighter," and I'm like, it feels so good to hear your jokes get yelled back at you. I'll never get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. So yeah, and the hero will drown. But you know what's cool is that they're having the 20-year reunion. They're touring. They've got shows coming up in October. Am I going to every one of them? I freaking wish. One of these days I will. But it's only 2 more sleeps, and then I remember when your parents would like talk to you like that. They're like, "Hey, and 2 Barneys, or 2 sleeps, that's when you're going to grandma's house. No, we gave your cat away 2 sleeps ago. It hasn't been that long. You don't need to cry. I miss Bobcat. It's okay. Just pretend he didn't exist. Pretend like the CIA took him away and we're not allowed to ask fucking questions. It was cute how his name was Bobcat, though, wasn't it? It is, because your name is also Bob. But 2 more years. 2 more years, and then they're going to be touring with the 20th anniversary of In the Wake of Determination. Whew. And then there's going to be some after that. I don't remember when the Black Swan. No, I do. Hold on, let me think. It had to have came out because I was dating a girl who fucking sucked, sexually assaulted me, had sex with my best friend. But she did buy me the Black Swan album. So is everyone perfect? No. This episode sponsored by BetterHelp.com. You better help me, or so fucking help me God. I'm the best. Yeah, what the fuck was I talking about? In the Wake will be out. Oh, but I'm not done talking about the 20th because I was just listening to the album today. My roommate came home and she's like, Jesus Christ. Do you listen to other music? I'm like, I sure do. But I also like at the end of Falling Down, their last song on Page Avenue. They have I don't know what it's called, but they have like a thing where it's like it goes silent and that's like, bah! What you know about the leafy bugs? What you know about the leafy bug sensei? And they're all like laughing, and it's just like them playing with like voice modulator, all that shit and stuff. Hey, take it off my normal voice. Hey man, I'll feed you. I'll castrate you and feed your balls to my dog. And it's just until the day I die. Bobby, we get it. You like them a lot. But I love that. But yeah, 2 years and then In the Wake of Determination, which they got a little heavier during that time. If you're not familiar with them, Story of the Year, they came out with a platinum album, and then they said, guess what? We're going to show you how fucking hard we are with songs like We Don't Care Anymore. And that's all I know. Just kidding. 5 Against the World. And then every Story of the Year fan, every deep, deep fan loves Is This My Fate? He Asked Them. Because that song is about it's okay be gay, and also spin your hair like this and go so fucking hard during this song. Oh, that song's so good. And then it also has, so take me back there. I forgot my keys. And Mikey forgot his keys too. I forgot my keys and Mikey forgot his keys. But oh man, that album rips so hard. Bobby, what's your favorite Story of the Year album? You know, I don't know. Because I don't think I do that. Like, even though like Story of the Year is my favorite band, I don't do that crazy often. Like I do, like I have like I'm like, when people are like, what's your favorite movie? Like I'll be like, you know, it's like I've seen The Dark Knight so many times, but I don't watch it as much anymore. But also like, then I'll be like, oh, I still like Batman, so I'll go to another one of the Batman movies. Do you know what I mean? That's how it is with like Story of the Year albums, where like whenever the 20th anniversary was coming, I was getting really into listening to Page Avenue again. And then before that, when they released their most recent album, Tear Me to Pieces, I listened to the shit out of that. Still do. I guarantee you, whenever my like Spotify like numbers come out this year or whatever, I think Can't Save You has to be the song I've listened to the most. And I'm in the War music video, and I love that song. The first time I heard it, I was like, get the fuck out of here. But Can't Save You hits. There's something it hits. And then I also imagine me playing on stage with them during that song and landing about, I don't know, 7 backflips. Hey, Bobby. You're like 14 episodes into your podcast, and I think we've done the numbers. You've talked mostly about story of the year. Yeah, check my Instagram. I also post clips of me being funny, and then a lot more of story of the year. We all have our things we're into. Okay, there's a lot of beef. I didn't even know where to go. I was just going to say something else. But I will say this. Before I forget, and then we will wrap up this episode. I will be opening for Zach Noe Towers. When this comes out, it'll be the upcoming weekend. So it'll be September 22nd and September 23rd. I'll be opening for Zach Noe Towers. Love him. You can check him out. He is on an earlier episode of Discombobulated. Just you can type in his name and it'll come up. I don't remember which one it was. Was it 7? Can't remember. But it was an amazing episode. We had so much fun. We got to talk about relationships. We got to talk about knowing each other, motorcycles. So it's a great episode. It's for you to learn a lot about Zach, and he's a great guy, but also come out and see him. And I will be there opening for him. So come see us at Helium St. Louis next weekend. And then I'm also going there tonight. Went there last weekend to see Pete Holmes. Going there tonight. Man, I've been having so much fun. Comedy is just straight kicking ass. I love being on shows. I love going to seeing shows. I have shows coming up. I'm doing a show at Perennial October 13th. What are some other dates that I have just booked that I should be looking at that I am not, but I do know that they are up and coming? Oh, I have a show, Akron, Ohio, September 28th. I'll be doing Don't Tell. I'm headlining that in Akron, Ohio. So come out and see that show. Yeah. And what else have I been listening to? Well, since we're talking about music, I will say a band that I really been wanting to talk to everybody about, because I listened to a song by them called Dicey. The band's called Gel, and I loved this song. And then one day I was like, I want to expand and listen to more of their songs. And I like all kinds of music, but thrash metal, I've never really found a specific band that I completely resonated with. And then I was watching, dude, Gel is just the shit, dude. And this is how I describe them. And if I was in a thrash metal band, I would also want to have this vibe. But they play music that the Ninja Turtles would skate to. And they're just so good. That would be so fun to be in one of those bands. Just all the guitar players and everything, you can just tell they're really vibing out with their instruments. It's not, the thing I like about it too is that it's not about the pageantry. It's about the show. Everyone exists there for the show. The audience exists there for the show. The band exists there for the show. Those are the shows that I enjoy going to. That's kind of the stand-up I like to, present. And so if that's how you feel when you come to see me, then I guess we rock and rolled together. I also did this whole episode with the mic and the mic stand, and goddamn, do I feel so relaxed. I've also been doing stand-up with the mic and the mic stand forever. I always pulled it out because when you start stand-up, they give you a lot of rules that are very helpful. But they also they do. I will tell you, if you're going to start stand-up, you should listen to the rules. Don't be a know-it-all, because there are things you have to learn. And it's not like music. You can't just learn in your bedroom. You have to learn by going on stage and talking to people and learning the craft of it. But when you start, they'll be like, and guys, grab the mic and get the mic stand out of the way. It looks so stupid. And I've never thought that. I've been to so many concerts and they take it out and sometimes they move it to the side, and obviously, but if they keep it there, I'm not where the fuck did they go? But that was when I started. I remember they were and you grab it. And so I don't remember when I got this mic stand, because I'd started doing shows in my hometown in a restaurant called Jilly's. And I remember I would get on stage and I'd grab the microphone and I would I would think about it. You would practice it like you were in the military, assembling a gun. And I would just grab it, pull it out, and you take the microphone off to the side, and then you're how you guys doing tonight? It was always the same. And then recently, and I think it was kind of I guess it was around the time I was going to record my album. I don't remember. There was just like a set I had where I kind of just kept the mic in the stand, and I just really liked how it felt. And there's something about like the change in like anything that like it just changes like what you do. And like to use bands, like sometimes they'll put the mic in the stand, sing like just there. Sometimes they're jumping around. And I think with stand up you can get caught up in doing like kind of the same thing too much. And I've just been having so much fucking fun just really playing around. I found a bunch of new bits. Man, I hit myself in the chin. I did find a bunch of new bits while I was in New York. I was just looking. It was just like some of them were just like on the street. I was like, hey, I found a joke. No one wants it. Okay. Is this anyone's joke? I'll take it. No, I was like writing some new stuff, and it's all really silly. Like I'm having so much fun doing silly stuff, and because I'm not like I don't know. We go through these cycles, much like Earth. Where sometimes I want to make points and then you'll get done with that. Me and my buddy Paul were talking about this, but sometimes you'll be like, I want to make a lot of points. And then you get back to just wanting to be silly. And then, then you want to tell a story or whatever, but the growth is the most fun. And I'm excited for the headlining shows that I have coming up. I also have merch on my website, and with all of the merch right now is for the podcast. Everything is for Discombobulated. I love it. I almost want to make it just like a clothing line. I just love it. So let me know what you think of the shirts, the mugs. Oh, the shirt. I've not released the second shirt yet. I'm very excited to eventually release that. I collabed with a friend of mine, and basically they just helped me with things that I didn't know how to do on the computer. And they did it so fast, it would have taken me 17 years. But I will be learning, because that's what life is about. It's about living and learning and saying goodbye. This time, the same old story. Oh, I got to talk about that. So Hawthorne Heights was just here too. We're all bands. We're all talking about the bands. But Hawthorne Heights was here with Bayside, which if you haven't heard that story, I'm sure I'll tell it many, many times, so we won't talk about it now. But I yelled Bayside while Motion City Soundtrack was on stage, because I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I just yelled it, and I'm so sorry. And everyone makes fun of me to this day, which I don't mind, but I do think everyone believes me, but I think at first there might have been a couple people that were like, because they were like, so what were you thinking? And I was like, I wasn't, because I think they were like, were you trying to be funny? And I'm like, that is not me. Like, I'll try to be funny and be a silly guy, but not at like other people's expense. Like, oh, wrong person, wrong band. But they were here, and I really wanted to go see them, but I didn't have any extra money, and I had to get stuff done, and I'm like working so hard to figure out some of this new like software and stuff that I want to do. Who gives a fuck? Don't talk about that. So, again, this episode is pretty much dedicated, I guess, again to Story of the Year. I should really find other things to talk about, but some podcasts are all about football. At least I don't do that. I know as soon as I end the podcast, I'm gonna be like, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. You fucking idiot. Positive note, not only drinking less, whenever you drink less, I think Ryan Stout, we were talking about this, it messes with your planning abilities. So like the less you drink, the more you're able to plan. And I have been cleaning up, and you know something? Go ahead and clean and get like a 60% on it. Don't finish stuff, like just move stuff around. When you see a pile of stuff, you haven't touched it in 6 months, shove it with the other pile of stuff you haven't looked in 6 months. And then now you have it all in one pile, and now it feels better. I'm looking at all these shelves. They're not shelves. They're like things on a wall that are shelf-like. I put those up today, and I just feel so much lighter. It made me want to record the podcast, and I didn't have to like kick shoes out of the way. So, sometimes self-help comes in tiny forms, and that's what I've been doing, because I get really stressed around this time of year because, that winter's coming and you got like all this work to prepare for, and then I got shows coming up, so I'm like, booking travel and doing all that stuff. It gets like so tedious, and I still haven't decided if I'm going to buy a car or just keep not having a car, because fuck, I love not driving. I mean it. I love not getting in a car. I like getting in a car in the passenger. I love just like watching the trees. I don't miss fucking parallel parking, get in my car and just like sitting there. Like it just doesn't, I think I'm just over cars. I want to live in New York. I want to be driven around like Miss Daisy. Yeah. Even though I've never seen that movie and I quote it all the time. The movie? No, just that one thing that I guess my dad would say all the time and sometimes I say. Like honey. Like sometimes I'll say, I fuck it, I'm that asshole and I swear to God I'm trying to stop. Don't scream at me. But every once in a while I'll be like, thanks, hun. Oh my God. And I'll, just so you know, I try to kill myself. Oh, I was thinking about this. Wouldn't this be a funny sketch? I think this would be funny. And if it's not, well, then it just lives here. But you know, like I keep seeing those videos where it's like, basically, usually it's a couple that's a man and a woman, and the man has the remote control, and that goes to like apparently his girlfriend's pussy. And then somehow he'll videotape her out and be like, you don't mind if I videotape this and put it online, do you? And so he'll film her, like, and they'll be sitting at dinner with like their parents, and he like hits the button and films her. And then like somehow it doesn't draw attention to everyone at the table because all of a sudden she's like, wow, he's that. And she's like, Zach, stop. I thought a funny sketch would be like two buddies out, and all of a sudden it's like it's a wristwatch that you put on your buddy, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere he's like a gun that's in his hand, and he's like, no, stop. It's like goes towards his head. He's like, stop. Oh, I can't believe you almost made me climax and kill myself. And yeah, it's not funny. And I found this out recently. All over the country, people are weird talking about suicide jokes or anything. People really don't like it. You can talk about cancer and make fun of it, but if you bring up suicide, everyone gets quiet. And then you're like, it's the only thing that when it happens, like if someone gets cancer, they're like, well, they're still here. We can talk to them about it and be like, oh my God, I can't believe you have cancer. But someone kills himself and they're like, whoa, yikes. So sometimes I write sketches about it because I think it's funny. Welp, that should be deleted. No. Ugh. You gave Ed Rooney a phony phone call to Ed Rooney? The guy could cut my lungs out and poop on him. Oh, I'm recording with the other phone, so this one can just go off. As it does. I should have put that on airplane mode. Which I did put this on airplane mode. Okay, who cares? Why? I'm getting a little too inside baseball today, but I know you had fun because you're still listening. Good for you. Good for you for being you and loving me while being you. And being me. And being us. Okay, I gotta turn this beepy off. Yeah, so make sure you stay tuned. Sign up for the Patreon. That is where I'm going to release the Discombobulated on the Street episodes, and I'm excited to do more of those. And there, and only there, can you give me suggestions for the show until I decide to change my mind. But I have a lot of cool stuff coming up. I think I'm going to start doing a regular thing of maybe on the bonus episodes, the I Just Woke Up podcast, which was so fun to set up, and to wake up in a studio felt really fucking weird. It was my bedroom that I turned into it. You know how things work. I feel great. I feel loved. You know? No, I really do. I really love this fall weather. I can't stop talking about it enough. I'm going to wear a fucking hoodie tonight. I'm going to go out and wear a hoodie that I've been wearing all week. It's so comfy. I'm going to go out. And people will be like, man, that hoodie looks cool. And I'll be like, yeah, it's from Awake Happy. It's a company that my buddy has. He started it. And it's great. And I bought stuff from it. I have 2 hoodies from his company. This is the ASMR episode. I should definitely start one of the episodes right. If you turned it off, I understand. But if you didn't, I understand that you want to learn more about Awake Happy. It's my buddy's company, and you can look it up. His name's Devin, and he was really funny in high school. We were both really funny, and
did Mr. NHS together. What's Mr. NHS? It means Mr. Northwest High School. You win it. It's a pageant for boys. It's a little outdated. I'm not proud of everything we did at that show, but we had a lot of fun. And I actually think it's online somewhere. Don't look it up. But he owns this company called Awake Happy, and that's the hoodie I'm gonna wear tonight because it's so goddamn fucking comfortable. It's just so fucking comfortable. I can't even get over it. But also, I just saw my jean jacket, and maybe I'll wear my jean jacket instead. You just really never do know with Bobby, do you? Bobby'll trick ya. Make you think he's gonna wear a hoodie and then doesn't wear a hoodie, wears a jacket. You thought he was gonna wear a hoodie, then he didn't. I packed up. I'm gonna move to another place because I want to. I'll be honest. This is the truest form of improv because I don't know where to take the story, so I won't. Does that make sense?
That's what I thought.